What happened with Arizona? I think you were on the list of what? You and 17, is it 16 others? It was total 17 of you?
Total of 18.
Total of 18 of you guys. And that's the, your mugshot, which you have there. You seem very happy in that picture. What happened there? Tell us about it.
Well, the charges, it's really funny. The charges are, it's a conspiracy to commit forgery case. Which is really interesting to me. But so what they're claiming is the Arizona electors, there are 11 electors, when they met, so the Electoral Count Act requires the electors to meet on December 14th. There's specific deadlines that they have to hit in order for their electors to be counted on January 6th at the Capitol. And Arizona was being contested. There were, I think, a couple court cases still ongoing at that time, and certainly the Arizona audit continued all the way through the end of September. So there was an open contest. And so in order to comply with the Electoral Count Act, the electors met to process their certification. In the event the challenge was successful, they had an approved slate in compliance with the Electoral Count Act to be used. And the Arizona Attorney General is saying that that document that they created is a forgery.
The document that they created is a forgery.
Yeah.
The document that they created is a forgery.
It is as
and
crazy.
That's it?
Yeah, 9 count. I mean, one count of conspiracy, one count of like scheming or whatever Arizona calls it, and then I think it's 7 counts of forgery.
What does that prevent you from being able to do?
What do you mean?
As a lawyer, what does it prevent?
Well,
you
nothing. I haven't been convicted. I don't think I'm going to be convicted. So at the moment, nothing. It's just
it's just media, being able to write about it, talk about it. And,
Yeah.
It's amazing that the system is created the way that it is, that these types of things can continue to happen.
Oh, it's awful. And I don't live in Arizona. I mean, when all of this was going on, I was in Washington, D.C.,
Right.
and then I was in Florida during the grand jury. So the idea that we're now, subject, you've got a DA in Georgia that can prosecute people from wherever, the Arizona Attorney General, like, to your point, I think because conservatives weren't standing firm saying, no, we're not going to let this craziness go further, you now have leftist attorneys that are extending their jurisdiction to wherever the heck they want.
Yeah, I think if they continue this way, if I'm on the left and I'm watching how right is constantly going the way where it's like, oh, let's just move on. Oh, let's just move on. Oh, let's just move on. The left is going to continue to bully the right.
Well, that's what they're going to do, and they're going to throw all of us, those of us that are willing to speak, they're going to throw us all in jail, or they're going to figure out a way. What they are trying to do is they are criminalizing political opposition. If you try to challenge me, if you try to go against what I say is the truth or what I say reality is, I'm going to throw you in jail. That's what they're doing. I mean, Donald Trump is obviously the big one. He says it all the time. They're not after me. They're after you. I'm just in the way. Those of us that have been around him in the process are also taking some bullets. But they are criminalizing political opposition. They've done it in Michigan as well, but that one hasn't made as many waves because they didn't indict Rudy Giuliani or Donald Trump.
Where did our founding fathers get it wrong with the Constitution to allow for things like this? Or even the way that's been set up, that's allowing for this type of bullying to be taking place? What part of it allows them to do that?
I think the Constitution is solid. I think the founding fathers didn't anticipate a day where we would be such a cowardly, impotent nation. I mean, the whole point, they fought, right? They would fight with each other.
Right.
And I don't think they ever anticipated one side slinking away, and I write about this in my book, but it's a pull, both sides has to pull their weight in order to keep it tight and balanced. And when you have the Republicans let go of their end of the rope, that's how you get this runaway leftist policy.
Who's responsible for that? Who are some faces that did that?
Well,
who on the right?
On the right, I think it's a collective. I mean, I go into specifics in specific instances in the book, but I think it was a period of several decades where you had conservative voters not necessarily engaged because we were all living our lives doing other things, and then you had a series of what we would now call rhinos, right? The rhinos who said it's easier for me to go along, to get along, to not fight, to not include my conservatives in include my constituents in my considerations for the actual policies I'm taking place. So I would say rhinos. And that's why this MAGA movement really is a purging of the rhinos. What the Republican Party had become was a party of people who didn't fight back. They cooperated on everything that the left wanted to do, but they just called themselves Republicans so they could actually get voted into office.
Yeah, it's obviously frustrating and annoying when you're going through this, but at the same time, a price is being paid right now. Rob, can you pull up what other cases are left with Trump? Because it's not done yet, right? There's still got a few other things that they're dealing with. Financial Times comes out, says Donald Trump's legal troubles are not done. These are the next trials to watch. The next one is the federal election interference. They're waiting for Supreme Court to talk about what their decision is going to be. Special counsel Jack Smith alleges the former president conspiring, obstructing an official proceeding. Then you have the classified documents that we're dealing with, waiting for trial date. Smith has also alleged Trump hid troves of government documents from authorities. This is the Instagram post I sent you, Rob. Just go to your text. I sent you there. Right, that's the one right there. So then if you go to the next one is the Georgia election, another trial delay. The most complex case involves 18 others and their efforts to overturn the 2020 election in Georgia. And these are three things. Now, do you think these three are going to be hitting us the next 4.5 months? Or some of these going to bleed into 2025?
I think the only one that I think all of them should go into 2025 if you follow normal litigation procedures for this, criminal procedures. I think they're, just from reading the leftist media, you can tell that they're kind of like, when's the Supreme Court decision going to come out? When's the Supreme Court? Because they want that out, and then they want to try to set a trial date. So they're hoping that they can jam the January 6th case in before the election. I don't think they should be able to, but we've seen a lot of weird procedural maneuvers come down on these cases. So they all should be pushed into 2020. Georgia, I don't think stands a chance. Florida, I don't think stands a chance. But I think they're all hoping and praying that they can jam the Washington, D.C. case in before the election.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.